who combines intellectual rigor with humility and empathy. She's a natural leader who has made a lasting impact on her peers, teachers, and community. With her curiosity, discipline, and intrinsic motivation, she will not only thrive in a rigorous college setting, but also inspire those around her. Therefore, I, Mayor Workman, Deputy Mayor Trigiano, and the entire governing body are pleased to honor Anna Hertler and commend her for her outstanding accomplishments. And one of my favorite humans on the planet, so. It's cute. Just so my mind. Excellent. Then. Skill. Nah, she can.
Share your Skittles.
Good.
Good.
Oh, you want with the things open? All right. Otherwise, it's just all blurry. Okay, next up. Okay. Next up, we have a proclamation honoring Immigrant Heritage Month. Whereas generations of immigrants from every corner of the globe have built our country's economy and created the unique character of our nation. Whereas immigrants continue to grow businesses, innovate, strengthen our economy, and create American jobs in Red Bank, New Jersey. Whereas immigrants have provided the United States with a unique social and cultural influence, fundamentally enriching the extraordinary character of our nation. And whereas immigrants have been tireless leaders, not only in securing their own rights and access to equal opportunity, but have also campaigned to create a fairer and more just society for all Americans. And whereas, despite these countless contributions, the role of immigrants in building and enriching our nation has frequently been overlooked and undervalued throughout our history and continuing to the present day. Now, therefore, I, William Portman, Mayor of the Borough of Red Bank, proclaim that the Borough of Red Bank does hereby join the state of New Jersey in recognizing June 2025 as Immigrant Heritage Month. I'm going to ask Hazel to come on up and something. Oh, yeah. Julie coming on.
By myself.
There you go.
You are. You're not born. You're sweet. I just have. Sister's friend.
I mean, I guess. Oh,
Maybe that other one?
I know what it feels like.
There you go.
No,
No.
try the other one.
It's the box. That one's a guarantee.
Like, also.
This one.
Yeah. Which,
Yeah, the box.
does it need to be?
Yeah. Yes.
Comfy.
I'll take the minute for sure, to thank everyone here, actually. I think that the coolest thing about Red Bank, and for folks who may not know, my name is Itzel Hernandez. I'm the immigrant rights organizer with the American Friends Service Committee, which is an international nonprofit that's been doing work around the world for over 110 years. And We just happen to be, and that honestly is partly how it feels. I know Kate has heard the story, and I think other folks have too, but I think it's a very telling story, of how there came to be this small immigrant rights program, in a town like this, that is literally being, I think, one of the best places for us to really not only create, but really share what Red Bank has. Red Bank is not afraid of immigration, and I am deeply grateful to the leaders, to each and every one of you. I rarely ever get the chance to come and actually thank you for you sitting up there. And that's because sometimes people forget that what really matters is what people say when they sit on this side, the podium. And really, to me, that's what this means today. This could be happening and is happening everywhere around the country. Some folks may not want to believe that, but I always tell people facts are facts. And what I know to be true, both as literally an expert in the field and somebody who happens to be an immigrant themselves, because that's what it is. It's about happening to be. Anyone at any time, anywhere can be an immigrant. Most people here could not actually trace themselves back to call this place their own land. So we are all here today, thanks to the fact that people before us, and hopefully us and after us, because there will be an after us, believed in the promise of America.
Amen.
America is that place that can create a melting pot and still thrive. People that are afraid of a challenge are just limited in belief. In this moment, I think immigrants show us exactly why they're the fiercest believers of the American dream. People come here because they still think it's a good place, and I feel that for anyone that has the privilege to have citizenship, because citizenship is a privilege, and I like to believe that it merits more than just voting every once in a while. No shade to anybody sitting here. But in general, right, I am a huge proponent of civic engagement because that is the only way we keep our democracy, folks.
Mhm.
And so if you want to know what the actual response, what the solution to the problems that we're facing every day are, or where they begin, they do not begin with immigrants, especially undocumented ones. Undocumented immigrants make up only 1% of the population in the entire country, and every once in a while, someone has to say it. If you want to talk about which 1% creates more damage to our everyday society, I don't even have to answer that. I can ask for a show of hands. And when we can learn that that is what actually binds us together, that we are all working class folks at the end of the day trying to make it, then you realize that you shouldn't look up or to the side. I mean, you shouldn't look down or to the side. You should always look up. I know that Red Bank is great because we have learned that we are each other's strengths, not weaknesses. That we can, in fact, love each other past our differences, and that people can lead. That are everyday people that decide to say, our government is not reflective, and I'm gonna step up and do something about it. And so I'm grateful that you all honor that in a moment like this. I, as you, some of you know, spend plenty of my time traveling around the country, talking to people from all across the world, lecturing them about what is good governance and bad governance. And this is excellent governance. And so I commend each and every one of you for being the professionals that you are, and for always reminding me that democracy is alive and well, but it takes a bunch of people, both the ones that agree and especially the ones that disagree, to say something and keep it alive. And so if that is the job of immigrants in this moment, for us to remind people of the importance of democracy, then that's a great thing for immigrants to be remembered by. Thanks all.
Damn right.
Our final proclamation is in honor of Juneteenth. Whereas our country is made up of people from every nation on earth who are declared equal not only in freedom, but also in justice, both of which are essential for a healthy human civilization. And whereas our nation was conceived on July 4th, 1776, with the Declaration of Independence, the classic statement being, we hold these truths to be self-evident, that all men are created equal, that they are endowed by their Creator with certain unalienable rights, that among these are life, liberty, and the pursuit of happiness. And whereas at 2 p.m. on New Year's Day, January 1st, 1863, using his war powers as president, Abraham Lincoln signed the Emancipation Proclamation, providing that all persons held as slaves within any state or designated part of a state shall be thenceforward and forever free. The Emancipation Proclamation made the permanent abolition of slavery a Union war aim and provided the legal framework for the emancipation of nearly all 4 million slaves as the Union armies advanced. Hearing of the proclamation, many slaves escaped to Union lines as the Army units moved south. And whereas this news reached Texas when Union General Gordon Granger arrived in Galveston Bay with Union troops, it was on June 19th, 1865, that he announced, the people of Texas are informed that, in accordance with a proclamation from the Executive of the United States, all slaves are free. Whereas celebration of the end of slavery, which became known as Juneteenth, is the oldest known public celebration of the end of slavery in the United States, commemorating African American freedom and celebrating the success gained through education and greater opportunity. And whereas on a larger scale, celebration of Juneteenth reminds each of us of the precious promises of freedom, equality, and opportunity, which are at the core of the American dream. And whereas Juneteenth 2025 will be celebrated in Red Bank on June 22nd, 2025 at Johnny Jazz Park, commencing at 12 p.m. Now, therefore, I, William Portman, Mayor of the Borough of Red Bank, on behalf of the Borough Council, do hereby proclaim June 22nd as a day to celebrate Juneteenth 2025 and urge all citizens to celebrate Juneteenth and recommit to working together to eradicate systemic racism and inequality in our society wherever they find it. And I'm going to have Reverend Jackie from Calvary Baptist and the Juneteenth Committee to come on up and accept this. The date of them.
Yeah. That's interesting. Well, they have this New Jersey was one of the last northern states. Beautiful. It's in the Constitution. January 1866. Yep.
No,
Well.
I don't even. No, it's the last one. Yeah. You might still have like a. Thank you guys.
Reverend, yes.
Just hit the silver button.
To Mayor Portman, Vice Mayor Trigiano, and the esteemed council. Tonight with me, along with our committee, Adriana, I could not ever thank you, and Oscar enough, the committee, for how wonderful you have been. Calvary has worked with Juneteenth for over 10 years, and I am a retired professor. I'm also a substitute teacher in our school district. Our superintendent is here with us tonight, Dr. Christina Egan. If it is all right, Mayor Portman, I'd like for her to stand. She's right there. Dr. Egan and our principal, Melanie Jonas, gave me permission this year while I was working with Calvary to establish and help your committee with Red Bank celebrate Juneteenth. We also traced hands and put displays on in the West Long Branch School District.
Very nice.
So we want you to know that we partner with you, Red Bank. It is a passion of mine. I believe not only in Juneteenth, General Gordon Granger, but Opal Lee, the grandmother of Juneteenth, who at 96 years old was the one who signed the document that President Joseph Biden decreed and declared on September 17th.
2021. So as a woman of faith, I want to say thank you. We thank our ancestors. We thank all of you who are here. We believe that in what Dr. King said, that to achieve the dream, we must all work together
Amen.
to make it possible.
Yes.
Thank you. I'm more than honored. And also, not only will I be your keynote speaker on June 22nd, I am looking so forward to it. But on June 15th, this coming Sunday, Calvary is having a continental breakfast, Juneteenth breakfast, and we invite you all to attend. Thank you.
Thank you.
Christine, I hit the button on
That was here, Christine. Yeah.
Okay, next up, I'm gonna ask for a motion to open the floor for public comment. This is public comments for agenda items only. There'll be another public comment a little bit later where you can discuss anything, but this first one is for agenda items only.
I'll make such a motion, Mr. Mayor.
Oh, there you go.
Second.
Yes, all in favor?
Aye.
Aye.
By the way, if you don't want to stick around for the rest of the meeting, I can't imagine why you wouldn't, but this is a good time to sneak out now. Thanks for your support.
Thank you.
No kidding. Thank you guys for being here. We'll see you on the 22nd. Okay, opening the floor for public comment. Anyone have agenda items only comment? We go online, Jim? Moving, all right. Can I have a motion to close the floor? For public
I'll make
comment?
that motion.
Have a second?
Second.
Aye.
Can I have a motion to approve the minutes from May 22nd, 2025?
I'll make a motion.
Have a second?
Second.
All in favor?
Aye.
Right? We have a bunch of ordinances to introduce right now. First is the introduction of ordinance 2025-11 entitled "An Ordinance Amending Chapter 90 Officers and Employees of the Borough's Revised General Ordinances to create the position of Director of Recreation and Human Services." Can I have a motion to introduce ordinance 2025-11?
So moved.
Can I have a second?
Second.
Roll call, please.
Councilmember Bonatakis,
Yes.
Councilmember Cassidy,
Yes.
Councilmember Facey Blackwood,
Yes.
Councilmember Forrest,
Yes.
Councilmember Janone,
Yes.
Deputy Mayor Trigiano,
Yes.
and Mayor Portman.
Yes. Thank you. The ordinance is approved on introduction and a public hearing will be held on June 26th. Next up is an introduction of ordinance 2025-12 entitled "Amending the Salary Ordinance of the Borough of Red Bank." Can I have a motion to approve 2025-12? Can I have a second?
Second.
Second.
Roll call, please. Motion introduced, by the way, sorry, not approved.
Councilmember Bonatakis,
Yes.
Councilmember Cassidy,
Yes.
Councilmember Facey Blackwood,
Yes.
Councilmember Forrest,
Yes.
Councilmember Janone,
Yes.
Deputy Mayor Trigiano,
Yes.
and Mayor Portman.
Yes. Motion is approved on introduction. Public hearing will be held on June 26th. Next up is an introduction of ordinance 2025-13 entitled "An Ordinance Amending Chapter 118 Police Department of the Borough's Revised General Ordinances to Update Promotional Procedures." Can I have a motion to introduce 2025-13?
So moved.
Can I have a second?
Second.
Roll call, please.
Councilmember Bonatakis,
Yes.
Councilmember Cassidy,
Yes.
Councilmember Facey Blackwood,
Yes.
Councilmember Forrest,
Yes.
Councilmember Janone,
Yes.
Deputy Mayor Trigiano,
Yes.
and Mayor Portman.
Yes. Ordinance is approved on introduction. Public hearing will be held on June 26th. And finally, introduction for ordinance 2025-14 entitled "An Ordinance Amending Chapter 355 Filming to revise the borough's commercial filmmaking regulations to seek film-ready certification from the New Jersey Motion Picture and Television Commission." Thank you, Councilman Cassidy, for your work on this one, by the way. I have a motion to introduce ordinance 2025-14.
I'll introduce.
I have a second.
I'll second him.
Roll call, please.
Councilmember Bonatakis,
Yes.
Councilmember Cassidy.
Yes.
Councilmember Facie Blackwood,
Yes.
Councilmember Forrest.
Yes.
Councilmember Janone,
Yes.
Deputy Mayor Triviano,
Yes.
and Mayor Portman.
Yes. Ordinance is approved on introduction and a public hearing will be held on June 26th. We have a bunch of resolutions here. Anyone need to pull one out or can we just on the consent agenda? Well, actually, we have a couple here. 115 and 99. Hold. Okay.
Sorry about that.
All right.
115.
All right, 115th, I got you. Anyone want to pull one of these out and highlight, or can we do a consent agenda? We good?
We're good. Good.
Can I have a motion to approve resolutions 25-115 through 25-123 on the consent agenda?
So moved.
I have a second.
Second.
Roll call, please.
Councilmember Bonatakis.
Yes.
Councilmember Cassidy.
Yes.
Councilmember Facie Blackwood.
Yes.
Councilman Forrest.
Yes.
Councilmember Janone,
Yes.
Deputy Mayor Triviano,
Yes.
and Mayor Portman.
Yes. Oh, I just saw former Mayor Ed McCann is here. Ed, thank you for joining us. Hope I'm doing all right. Am I doing good? All right, thank you. Couple of discussion and action items that we need final approval for. Number one is the record ride on Saturday, September 13, 2025, 10 a.m. to 5 p.m. Was that a new date requested?
Yes,
Yeah, that is the new date.
that is the
Gotcha.
new date. Yep.
The other one is the Soundwave Music Festival, Sunday, June 15th or June 22nd at Riverside Gardens, which will be a small festival playing music with speakers, attendance approximately 15 to 30 people, open to the public. And then we have the Red Bank Rehab Carnival, 100 Chapin Avenue, Sunday, August 17th, noon to 4. And for Parks and Rec, we have Halloween Movie Night, Friday, October 17th, and the Halloween Parade, October 19th, with a rain date of October 26th. I don't think we have to vote on that, right? Everyone good?
Sounds great.
All right.
Lots of good stuff.
We are ready to open the floor for public question and comments on any topic. So can I have a motion to open the floor for public
Make
comment?
such a motion.
I have a second.
Second.
All in favor?
Aye.
Aye.
All right, public, the floor is yours. Yes, Steve. Hold on, that one might be,
Come up to the
I
bottom.
think, Steve, before you sit, you want to come to the little box here? I think that mic's, I'll keep you, if that one works.
Yeah.
Quick visit. Aye.
Stephen Hecht, 135 Branch Avenue. I'm a slow reader, and so I did not get a chance to ask a couple of questions about things on the agenda. Could you, Mr. Mayor, 25-121, could you explain? Applicant is proposing that.
Yeah, I believe, if I'm not correct, that the initial cultivator that we brought in lost their license through the state. So I believe this is just approving another cultivator.
Yes, so Market Wave, one of the conditions of holding a municipal license here is that you have to maintain your license with the state. And that was revoked. So we revoked our license here. I don't know if it was the last meeting or the meeting before as a result of receiving that information. And this business intends to, it's a private deal between them, so I don't know the details, but essentially proposing the exact same business. I believe they're buying it from them or attempting to. And so this is a resolution of support that allows them to go to the CRC to get a license for that same location, which is 15 Leonard Street.
Thank you very much. One more question, if I may. 2025-11 ordinance. Change of can you explain that?
That's a Jim.
Sorry, which one?
Jim's gonna explain the new.
First
All right, Jim.
Yeah, so this is an introduction of ordinance to create the Department of Recreation and Human Services. The idea of this is to strategically join the Department of Recreation, senior services, and community engagement. It was a recommendation in the management enhancement study in 2018. I'm enacting it and putting it forward through Borough Council here to get this done, because I think that after taking a look at this for a year and a half now, I see that as the most efficient operation of those three departments, so they don't continue to operate in silos and can start pooling their resources and working together. And I think that really, from a structural standpoint, will set us up in the future to do a lot more things with those three departments. This will create a department head there that will report directly to me and then filter down to those three departments.
Wonderful,
Yeah, what's
fantastic.
Yes, and what's good about it too is I've met with the three department heads currently. We've discussed this. You know, those guys are keeping their jobs. You know, we're all working together to do this, but so it's better to pool our resources. And, you know, there's no demotions happening. Nobody's losing their jobs for this. But we're able to get the resources all together there so that they can all work together instead of separately for so long.
Very creative, thank you.
Steve, the haircut looks.
Thank you. Anyone else have questions or comments? Yes, officer. Good.
I like this setup.
I don't know if he's used to being.
Good evening. Or to press this thing.
Here you go.
Press the button. There you go. There.
So I'm President Zala, Red Bank PBA. I just wanted to make a statement tonight. I would just like to address the most recent personal comments made in response to general statements concerning the Red Bank Police Department and its officers, including members of the Red Bank PBA by Mr. Freddie Boynton, who is here right now. First and foremost, we are professionals. We understand that interactions with law enforcement can be intimidating for some, even if it's something as a patrol officer in the rearview mirror for someone. That's why we take great care of how we engage with the public. For many people, a single encounter with an officer might be their only interaction with law enforcement. In Red Bank, we strive to ensure that every interaction leaves a positive and respectful impression. Our officers risk their lives daily to serve and protect, often responding to calls to help people we have never met and may never meet again. We do this not for recognition, but because it's our duty. It's a challenging and often thankless job. However, when damaging statements are made without evidence or contents, and instead stem from personal opinion, they not only undermine our credibility, but also endanger the safety of our officers by fostering mistrust and creating false narratives. Unfounded accusations contribute to a hostile environment that does not reflect the truth of our work or our commitment to the community. If concerns arise, we urge the residents to communicate directly with us. Constructive dialogue can act as a catalyst for meaningful and progressive improvement. Red Bank is a small but vibrant and busy town that draws a daily population far larger than the outdated US Census numbers suggest. Despite this growth, our police department has not expanded since 1980s. We are being asked to do more with the same resources, and that is simply unsustainable. There is a critical need for structural changes and investment in public safety. It is especially disheartening to hear criticism as though they fully understand our community's needs. We are committed to progress, professionalism, and public service. The progress we have made as a department and as a community should be supported, not undermined. Change is only possible when people are open to it and willing to make and take ownership of the path forward. We have always had the best interest of the community at heart, and we will continue to serve with honor, courage, commitment, and integrity. We are here to protect and serve and save lives. We ask for your support and partnership in continuing to build a stronger, safer Red Bank. Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Anyone else have comments?
Freddie Boyne Pill,
Hit that little button so the red light comes on right on the microphone.
Freddie Boyne Pill Box 2074. I didn't hear what he first said about the police officer. But I do have a question. all police, these new police officers, does not know the community. And you have to treat everybody fair. That's all I'm asking. Everybody fair. If you give me a ticket, the other person should get a ticket too, if they done something wrong. That's what I have to say. The other thing is, I reached out, like I told y'all, mayor councilors, to the NACP. I reached out to the Newark, Freehold, Atlantic City, and Maryland. Reached out to them. There's no NACP in Red Bank, Asbury, and Long Branch. Bill Polk, who have no business acting as a president of the NACP ever since 2018. He cannot go around here giving papers with the NACP on them. It's a violation. He cannot accept money from nobody. He's not authorized to do that. I'm having a meeting in another couple weeks up at the lodge. The district and national, the NACP coming up here to talk to me at the Celeste Lodge for some issues. I just want to let y'all know, I followed up on it and checked up on it. Some of y'all got a text message from me for that. And you can share that. It's no secret. You can share it. It's out there. Just want to let y'all know. Thank you.
Thank you. Freddie, just hit that button again. Thank you. Anyone else have any questions, comments? Anybody online, Jim?
No, sir.
No? No? Okay. Can I have a motion to close the public hearing?
I'll second it.
All in favor?
Aye. Aye.
Christine, what do you got?
A little thing and a big thing. I'm excited, very excited to be attending the New Jersey Planning and Review Conference tomorrow. For several years, it's one of these places where I always take something back. It's a great opportunity to learn what other communities are facing, oftentimes very similar things around affordable housing, access to transit, all kinds of themes. So it's a great place to learn. But more than that, I just wanted to say that I was very, very inspired tonight by the recipients of our proclamations and our speakers. I think we've all seen the news this week at the national level, and it's hard to read, honestly. It feels like we're losing so much in this country right now. And it's, I'm basking in it that we have this bubble where it feels like we're a community, and it feels like maybe we can protect this community, I hope, and that there's respect. I mean, look at what we heard. We have brilliant students and immigrants and Black history being celebrated in this town in solidarity. That's really special. And I just want to say kind of probably for the multiple times from the stage that I really hope that we can protect that going forward. Thank you.
I'm going to start by wishing dads on the dais in the room throughout town a happy Father's Day. It's coming up. There's a bunch of them. And, I guess building a little bit on what Christina said, it's Pride Month, and some of the news that came out, we're talking about cutting. We have a federal government that's going to cut the 988 suicide prevention services to the LGBTQ community. We just got to say what we got to say. I mean, the cruelty just has to stop. I don't know how else to say it. And whatever we can do as a community to help plug that hole and those resources, and as a body that maybe can issue statements to the state to hopefully get state funding put in place, because New Jersey is going to have to protect its own when it comes to this. And you can't put the pressure on a community that's already susceptible and pound them harder and then take away the services to help save their lives.
Mm-hmm.
Anyway, happy Pride. I love you. We all love you.
Okay.
Her dad too, I heard.
What?
I was talking, he mentioned that.
Happy Father's Day. Yeah.
About to say that.
Every guy up here is a dad.
Yeah, happy Father's Day. And for all who perform the role as father, I'm in agreement with what Dana Christina said. We are a community of immigrants, we're a community of people of color, we're a community all together. And that's one of the things I do like about this town is that we do, we have it and we cherish our differences and we blend and we merge together, which I think is amazing. Being what's happening above us at the federal level, it's challenging to say the least. So, we do what we can here to keep everyone protected and safe. I'm going to move on to yesterday. We partnered with the Transportation Management Association, which is an organization out of NJTPA, Easy Ride, to conduct a Safe Routes to School audit. And we had the starting locations were at the primary school and the middle school. There were 3 routes. We had volunteers from schools, we had parents, teachers, we even had council people. Thank you, Kate and Ben. Thank you to the police officers who were with us, and thank you for the DPU. And basically what we did, we had routes, we walked around, we looked at sidewalk safety. One group had a wheelchair. Was that your group, Kate, that had the wheelchair?
No, it was the second group at the
The
middle.
second group had the wheelchair. We had a walker, and you would just analyze, what does the street look like? What does the sidewalk look like? And we looked at things like crosswalk markings, lighting, dome pads that are going in the correct direction. There are some that are not. So if someone is blind, they may end up going into the intersection instead of in the crosswalk. But there were lots of photos, and their Easy Ride will be filling out a document the findings and present a report to us. The group also looked at street amenities such as benches, trees, shrubs, bike access. And one thing we learned, well, 2 things we learned, but one of them that we learned was that New Jersey Transit can install a bus shelter for free at bus stops wherever there's space. So if we have any locations that could use a bus stop, that's something that we could make happen. So with that, I wish everyone happy Juneteenth. Happy Father's Day, happy summer. Yeah, because your next meeting will be later, so happy summer. And we'll see you next time.
Always have to keep careful with you, Mayor, because sometimes you change the order. It's yeah. I want to start with kind of a little bit what we talked earlier about one of the things I hear a lot in our input sessions is police and enforcement, pedestrian safety. We were just hearing about that this Wednesday, as a matter of fact. And one of the things, and I guess I'm just speaking to everyone who's watching the meeting, I'm not ruling out at some point authorizing more police for Red Bank. It's expensive though. And a lot of the complaints I get, now I can't speak for you guys, is they kind of want magic. Police on their street every time something happens, a police officer, but don't raise my taxes. And I don't see, magic money appearing anywhere. And, one of the things we all are struggling to do, and I appreciate ideas and suggestions, and I know our chief and the police and Mr. Gant are working hard at doing what they can with the resources we have. But, that's Shrewsbury Avenue, constant. And you can't have a police officer there every day at the senior center or Locust Avenue or River Street or Dr. Parker Boulevard. Every moment, anyway. It's just constant. And we are, as the chief of police said during that very nice meeting last week, we kind of are, you want to say the city word, but in a way we are. We have a hospital. We have a lot happening in Red Bank. We are the crossroads of multiple communities. As you said, I think last night, Mayor, I watched the video, there wasn't a lot of regional planning that's been happening in Monmouth County. So we've had explosive growth around us. My grandmother was here. We were surrounded by farms and rural towns. I remember some farms in Tippett Falls. I remember farms. I think there was one in Perry. And now this is it. We have thousands and thousands of cars every day putting stress on our streets, and it has a lot of impact. Anyway, I just, felt the need to say it. I also wanted to say that how much I appreciated the meeting that the administration, the deputy mayor, yourself had last week It was nice seeing all the department heads. You know, it's a little long, but I think it's good to have everyone and give everyone a chance to hear kind of directly from the people who run these important services that we provide. Mr. Gant, thank you for doing that, organizing that. I guess I'll just, a liaison to Parks and Rec. And so I want to remind everyone that we have our summer series coming up. I don't need to talk about Juneteenth because we've done that. But I'm very excited, looking forward to going to that. I may actually try to go to that breakfast that was mentioned earlier. We have fitness on Wednesdays. We're gonna have movies at dusk on Tuesdays. We're gonna have jazz on Thursdays. We're gonna have West Side concerts. We're gonna be celebrating Count Basie this year. Line dancing. I don't say the word Jiquan. How do you say that? When you're this
Kijang?
Yeah, one of those.
Yeah. What, Tai Chi?
Tai Chi, thank you.
Yeah.
Tai Chi. So we've got a lot that the Department of Recreation, well, now our merge department is doing. And that reminds me of the last thing. I did want to talk, Steve brought up the question, and I actually had a conversation this week with our manager about it, because it's a lot to merge all those departments. And I didn't remember that in the report that it recommended that. But one of the concerns that I have that I like about this, that you didn't particularly mention, was that there's less reporting directly to you all the time. And I want to take some stress off our manager. Hopefully you'll have one point of contact and you'll have your one weekly meeting or whatever it is that you do with that person, as opposed to having 3 contacts every week. We are a borough, we are a small town, even though it doesn't seem that way sometimes. So I think that concludes my remarks, Mr. Mayor. Thank you very much for listening.
You're welcome. Thank you. Laura?
Hi, library, I failed to mention last month, last time we had a meeting, that Candace Galore is now our library director full-time. She was like intern, now she's full there, so I forgot to bring that up last time. Their calendar is so full. They have this great children and teens calendar, but they also have adult stuff, like every Friday you can go do dance fitness. They have bilingual story hour, book clubs. The walking tours start back up again June 21st. So there's lots of arts projects, lots of stuff going on at the library. The library and animal welfare. So we met this week. We're going to have dog days. I know, Mayor, that's one of your favorite days. September 6th at Riverside Gardens. So that's going forward. And along with the environmental committee and animal welfare, we're doing the patchwork for wildlife in Red Bank. And I have lots of brochures up here if anybody wants information about what that is. That's an initiative that one of the members came up with, and we got a grant for that, and it's really going well. So I have lots of brochures up here on that. And Pride in the Park was great this week, even despite the rain, we still had a great time. It was a lot of fun. I'd like to wish everybody a happy Father's Day. And I think that's it for me.
Thank you.
Thank you. Kate?
Happy Pride, happy Juneteenth, happy Father's Day, happy Immigrant Heritage Month. Thank you to Nancy and Easy Ride, to Superintendent Dr. Rummage, to the Red Bank Police, and to everybody that coordinated the Safe Routes, the walk audit that we did yesterday. It was actually a great time. I met some parents of kids that Otto is in school with, that I've never gotten time to chat with before, and catch up with people and take a walk and just analyze the streets. I think to nobody's surprise here, most of the issues were with county roads. And a lot of the areas that we were analyzing on Maple Ave and other places are areas that are on our radar. But there was some great progress made in the conversations, and I was really grateful to Officer Piero Vessio, who was a part of our group, just for his open communication the entire time. And people were realizing that he was so open to commentary that people were starting to give him other issues around the town about their streets or other things that they could help with. So it was a really great collaborative time. So thank you for involving me, Nancy. I appreciate it. The Red Bank Classic 5K is this weekend. everybody just keep that on your radar. There'll be there'll be road closures, and, you know, traffic pattern changes. So just keep that on your radar, and good luck to everybody who's participating. We had our second meeting of the Red Bank Visual Arts Committee, a new committee in town. There is a call for a muralist to do a mural in the entrance vestibule of this building. You can find more information on the Borough of Red Bank's social media accounts to apply to be a muralist. And the Visual Arts Committee has been doing a great job of getting the word out in all of their circles. I also wanted to thank the clerk, Mary Moss, for a smooth election day. Thank you so much. I know that election days are a hard day on all clerks. Probably woke up at like 3 a.m. that day or something. So thank you so much for, you know, all of your hard work and making sure that people had proper access to voting.
Yes,
So-
thank you.
Thank you.
Get ready.
I was at the charter school graduation today. It was very hot. We have the middle school graduation coming up on Monday. And then Tuesday I'll be at the RBR graduation, but just sitting in the stands and yelling as my son graduates. And I'm not speaking or anything. Although if you see him, I've been torturing him by telling him I'm going to speak. So don't blow the senior down. I would appreciate that. We also have the symphony coming up on the 18th, which is exciting. It'll be down in Marine Park. You mentioned the 5K. There's the blessing of the bikes on the 14th at 11 a.m. over at Pilgrim Baptist.
Busy.
Yeah, busy. It gets super busy here anyway. And I was at the senior center this morning for a Father's Day lunch, so that was nice. Yeah, that's about it. I'm excited about all the things happening in town. Looking forward to seeing all of you as I pop around. So make sure you say hi. That's all I got.
Man.
Jim, what do you got?
Yeah, Jim, what you got?
Thank you, Mayor.
Oh, I did. And yes, I did want to commend you also on the event you put together that Ben mentioned. We had at the senior center, we had an event where the entire council was there, all of the department heads of the town. And we were there to answer any questions the residents had. And it's something we'd like to be doing on the radio. Anyway, go ahead. Sorry.
Yeah, no, I just wanted to actually highlight that as well. I think it'd be great that, you know, around 50 residents from my count in attendance. So I thought that was we got a lot of good feedback. And a lot of good comments on things to look at, improve on. I know the department heads being there was helpful because they could take notes on things that directly impacted their department and hear it firsthand from the residents. So thank you all again for your participation.
It was great.
It definitely makes a difference when everybody can be there. Also, a lot of ordinances passed, you know, or introduced tonight, which I think is really, really important. You know, the salary ordinance establishing the position for the department head.
Yes.
And then the ordinance creating the Department of Recreation and Human Services. Again, I think just structurally, that's going to be a really great thing for the borough to set us up for the future. And will hopefully open us up to even more grant opportunities. And that leads me into the past couple of weeks. This is the time of year where a lot of the grant work happens. So we've been working several different times with our grant writer, our engineers, council, the different committees that are set up to try and get some great grant ideas for next year. So we can get those applications in. You know, specifically, we've been looking at some improvements to Marine Park. I'm sorry, Count Basie Park. There's fields there, the basketball court, looking to apply for Monmouth County Open Space Grant for that. Hopefully adding some static exercise equipment around the park perimeter is something that we're exploring as well. We had a call on that today with an equipment provider for that, along with our engineer and Oscar in Recreation. And just this past week, we had a all-encompassing pre-construction meeting with the underground utilities company for the lead service line phase 3 lead service line, which will be starting up as well. So, you know, it's hard to believe we're already in phase 3 of that project, moving right along. That's going to be approximately another 280 test pits and another 400 lead service line replacements in that phase. So we're just around $2.1 million moving forward in that project.
Is this our third year? doing the lead service line?
You guys are in year 3 of this.
3?
Yeah,
Yeah, okay.
absolutely. So moving right along. I
Yeah.
think it's great.
That's good.
We emphasize, of course, the restoration that comes along with that project and making sure that the underground utilities, we've been used to Montana as the company being in town. Underground Utilities did win the bid for the phase 3 project. So those two companies know each other, so they're familiar with each other's work, which I think may be helpful. But we also set the expectation from the borough side and what we expect in that project. And we put a particular emphasis on restoration. Because we do know that, they gotta dig things up. And it makes it a little bit messy, but we hope that their restoration work is on par. That's it, Nick.
All right, I think we do have an executive session, right? So can I have a motion to adjourn to executive session?
I make such a motion.
A second?
Yeah.
All in favor?
Hi.
Want to give him your little spiel, Greg?
We will now exclude the public for an executive session for the Open Public Meetings Act. We will discuss 2 topics. One is an employee employee investigation matter. And the second is a pending litigation Outfront Media versus the Borough of Red Bank. The executive session will take approximately 30 minutes and we will take no action when we return from executive session. Thank you.
And yes, we have a 5-minute break, so we go executive
Thank
session.
you.
Thank you.